Imagine a world where forgotten pieces of fabric hold special stories of celebrations, achievements, and journeys. Today, I'm breathing new life into these silent storytellers by transforming men's neckties into a quilt block. Join me as I take you on a journey of transforming neckties into quilt blocks. Hi, my name is Tammy. I'm a human being. Now let's get into it. Upcycling is more than a trend. It's a movement towards sustainability and creativity. By choosing to transform these ties, I'm not only giving them a second chance at life, but also contributing to a more sustainable world. The heart of a project lies in choosing the right quilt block pattern, right? Things to consider are who's the project being made for, and also you want to consider what is the purpose of the quilt. For example, is it a everyday cuddle on a couch type of quilt, or is it a don't you dare touch it prized possession? When selecting the neckties I used for my project, I considered the unique textures and patterns, allowing each tie to tell its own story while contributing to the overall essence of the quilt. I also had to keep in mind the amount of seams in the block and the amount of bulk that would be created once I added the stabilizer to the ties. I used the 72 block pattern from the Mix and Match cube set to figure out which block I wanted to use. And when selecting your pattern, you want to keep in mind that once you deconstruct the ties, you have to use fusible stabilizer like that you would use on the back of a t-shirt quilt. You have to fuse that fabric to the back of the tie in order for the tie to have stability to be sewn within your project. So quilt blocks like Depression and Flower Basket, in my opinion, are not the best choices. They're not the best choices because there are too many seams and the bulk of the seams point to the center of the block, therefore making it difficult to sew because of the bulk that's added from the stabilizer, which you fuse on the back once you fillet the tie open. A middle road quilt block would be those such as like Turnstile and the Sawtooth Star. I chose the Sawtooth Star for my project because I wanted to have more options for colors. With the Sawtooth, you have options to do 3 or 4 colors of ties, which can add variety to your quilt block. The easiest quilt block options are the 4-patch and the 2x2. The reason why these blocks are easy is because they have minimal seams, and you can just use 2 colors, or you can use a color for each section of the block. You can get as creative as you want. Determining how many ties to use is a balance between the block design, the texture of the ties, and the sentiment of the project you're making. Each tie should be selected for its color, its pattern, and the story it represents. It's not just about filling space, it's about weaving together a narrative that is both visually captivating and emotionally resonates with the recipient. The color selection of your ties can be pivotal. The colors are more than just aesthetics. Colors represent harmony, they can represent contrast, and last but not least, the colors can tell stories through the hues and shades that are included in the tie. This is my finished Sawtooth Star block. I used 3 different ties and it finishes to 9 inches. I made a YouTube video on how I deconstructed the ties, added the stabilizer, and used my Go Me and the 9-inch Mix and Match block set to create this block. So if you haven't watched it yet, please, at the end of this video, check it out. Okay, my quilty friend, what are your thoughts? What experience do you have with using neckties for quilting projects? I would love to read your comments, so please share them down below. And remember, when you embark on a journey to transform neckties into a quilt block, it's more than just a crafting project. It's a journey into the heart of what it means to upcycle. Every stitch we make binds not just fabric, but it binds stories. Stories of celebration, stories of achievement, and stories of even ordinary days. Your quilt isn't just a piece of art. It's a patchwork of memories. It's a vibrant testament of the power of reimagining and redesigning something new from something that is old. Until next time, keep making quilting magic and create something uniquely yours, one stitch at a time.